Fly Me to the Moon, released July 12, 2024. Directed by Greg Berlanti. Written by Keenan Flynn, Bill Kirstein, and Rose Gilroy. Starring Scarlett Johansson, Channing Tatum, and Woody Harrelson. Rotten Tomatoes score, 65%. Metacritic, 52. IMDb, 6.8. Welcome back to Real Reviews like always. I am your host, Lee. Today we are reviewing Fly Me to the Moon, a movie that I walked into completely blind. I saw the cast and saw that it was releasing soon and just went for it. So obviously I walked in with no preconceptions as to what I would be getting. Honestly, probably not a bad thing. But let's talk about it. I think the acting is probably the easiest thing to talk about. Johansson, Tatum, and Harrelson are all fantastic. Johansson and Tatum have decent chemistry. Not once did I feel like someone was out of place. Even Jim Rash, who I kind of historically dislike, was fine for the limited amount of time that he was in the movie. Ray Romano, Donald Elise Watkins, and Noah Robbins are all very enjoyable supporting casts as well. They all work for NASA with Tatum, and all of them come off rather delightful and like typical engineers. So what is the story? Simply put, what if a savvy woman from advertising is hired on to make the moon landing project appeal to the American public, while dealing with the honest, launch director who got booted from the astronaut program and also has the weight of the failure of Apollo 1 on his shoulders, all the while dealing with a shady government employee who kind of blackmails you into setting up a fake moon landing just in case. It is fun, and it is funny. The romance portion is pretty limited like it is there, but as it isn't the core plot, they have to work it around the other plot lines, and it does a decent enough job with that. But let's get to questions.
How does Fly Me to the Moon handle the theme of space exploration? Does it present it as a hopeful journey, a challenging adventure, or a blend of both?
This movie looks at space exploration like it is a battle of media and patriotism. But the main plot of the movie centralizes around how advertising was ramped up to get the American people on the side of NASA, as well as how NASA had to get votes from the Senate to get funding. Lots of layers here when they look at how things had to change to get the Apollo 11 launch funded.
What are the main characters' motivations for journeying to the moon, and how are these motivations explored throughout the film?
So our three main characters have wildly different reasons for wanting the Apollo 11 launch to be successful. Kelly Jones is an advertising master with a troubled past who needs it to succeed, 1 for money and 2 to get rid of her past. Cole Davis is trying to make up for the failure of Apollo 1 and to live up to a dream that he cannot obtain. Mo Burkus wants it to succeed to push the United States ahead in the world as a superpower, and he is willing to do whatever is required.
How does the film depict the challenges and risks associated with space travel? Are these portrayed realistically?
It doesn't really get into the dangers of space travel. It, however, does get into the dangers of launching a rocket. It uses the accurate reasons for the failure of the Apollo 1 mission, which included an electrical failure and overpressurization of oxygen tanks, which combined killed 3 astronauts. So this movie isn't perfect, honestly, but that is to be expected. If you have ever seen another movie, you will probably see a lot of the plot points coming. If you know much history about the space race, you will know what level of potential risk or consequences exist in the movie. The weakest point of the movie, in my opinion, is the fake moon landing storyline. They are certainly making fun of conspiracy theorists, but it will likely embolden the less perceptive. Ultimately, all it did was add a conflict between Kelly and Cole that could have been created in any other way. Overall, I rated this movie a 6 out of 8 on my scale, or a 7.5 out of 10. It is a fun movie, with a cute story, but it isn't a rom-com for the ages. It isn't particularly a good historical rom-com. Like always, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe. I typically have at least 2 videos out per week. Real reviews like this one or AI reviews like the one I will have out tomorrow. Until next time,